Hi, I'm Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. I'm here today to talk to you about the secret of all yoga asana. That's right, the secret to all yoga asana. Okay, I mean, obviously, like the real secret is up here. Okay, that's the mental, that's the breath, that's the core, that's the foundation. But for today, I'm going to talk to you about the physical secret to mastering asana, and in particular, chaturanga handstand is what we're going to deal with, but also for most arm balances and inversions, this is going to become a very important thing. Okay, so the thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is core engagement. And what you need to do to feel what goes on in the core is grab your ribs. I look really tall and far away. Grab your ribs with your thumbs and find your pelvis with your ring fingers, okay? And from there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make like a crunch, like you're doing a sit-up, and you're gonna feel how it engages right here really strongly. But notice that when I engage, my knees bend and my spine gets all rounded. Obviously, this is not gonna be the secret to all of yoga. So here is the secret. Can you maintain this drag of rib cage down, pelvis up? And first, start to lift your chest without letting go of that connection. And then press your legs strongly back, maintaining that connection so that right here, it's like so hard and so engaged. You'll know when you reach that when you start to lift your arms and they get like stuck somewhere around here, because my ribs are dragging down so strongly that it actually becomes hard to get past here. Now, it's not that I can't, it's just gonna take a little bit of extra effort. And right now, this feels like a leg lift, like this is intense. Okay? So I'm gonna let that go. Once again, low ribs with the thumbs, pelvis with the middle fingers or ring fingers. You're going to pull it in until you feel a crunching action right here, right in the solar plexus. Maintain that crunching action of ribs pulling down, pelvis up. Lift your chest against this and then press your thighs backwards. And that's going to engage like crazy. So let's talk about a super practical application for this. The place where this is most effective is in handstand and in chaturanga, as I mentioned before. So for chaturanga, let's talk about coming down from the floor. It's a hard way to do it, but it really will teach you strongly how to engage the core. So lie down on your tummy, and you're going to press your toes so that your thighs come right off the floor. Make a little tiny back bend, so my shoulders and my elbows are about the same height. Now, keeping my thighs really strong, all I'm going to do is the same thing I just did before, which is pull my ribs to my pelvis. Boom. Chaturanga. Now, notice there's very little arm involved. I'm not pushing to get there. I'm not pulling from my tush to get there. If you could lick the floor, you're in the wrong place, okay? No floor licking. So, thighs are strong, look forward, shoulders are down, and all I'm going to do is pull my pelvis and my rib cage towards each other. Boom. See how nice and flat, so that when I press up, my whole body is fully engaged. Okay, it's a lot different than people who overuse the tailbone. Look at my back. Yuck, that's pain. Or the reverse, people who just peel themselves up. Okay, there's no integrity to that movement. So, shoulders back, thighs strong, pelvis to rib cage, boom. Then I can press up in control, and reversing the process is just the same. So if I'm going down, and most of the time I'm going down, I can start off with a little tiny cat pose. That's that core engagement I was doing when I was standing. And then against that, pull my spine long. So that my heart is extending, my thighs are strong. It's exactly the same energy I just did standing up. So that when I lower, everything is nice and even. And my whole body can hit the floor simultaneously. So, what we're going to do from here is I'm going to show you how to employ the same exact action to get off the wall in handstand. This is a patience play. Okay, so your feet may not get off the wall, and that is fine. We're going to try to get 2 feet off the wall simultaneously, and we're going to try to do it not from momentum, but from control of our core. You're going to want to be sort of close to the wall on this one, so maybe like 9 inches from the wall. I have my down dog. This is for people who already know how to kick up. I kick up to the wall, and then from here, you see how I have a back bend. I'm always going to have a back bend if I come to the wall. I'm going to come off the wall simply, notice how my feet are going to move together, simply by pulling my ribs in. Now, if you do this too fast, you're just going to wind up popping right off the wall. So if you put in a little bit too much muscle, it's just going to be boop, which isn't the end of the world, okay? But our goal is to get 2 feet off at the same time. Because if you take just 1 foot up, you're working from ego rather than from muscle. Because ego says, I just want to get off the wall, right? And this is what we do all day long. I got 1 foot waiting, gotta get that other foot. Control says, as I start to slide, here's my back bend. I'm going to come out of the back bend by simply pulling my ribs to my pelvis and my pelvis to my ribs. And then I've got such nice control in my handstand, and this is not a random exercise just for getting off the wall, right? This is going to be the same energy that's going to keep me in a handstand one day, which is core engagement, right? Without getting sloppy in the low back, without getting sloppy in the legs, and without getting sloppy in the sternum. So when you're coming into your chaturangas and when you're coming into your handstands, start thinking about them as what they are, which is just sort of a manifestation of Tadasana, of just standing, just in a different direction. Right? Chaturanga is standing horizontally. And handstand is standing upside down. Okay? So it's ribs in, pelvis up, heart lifting, thighs pressing, and engaged to the core. I think you're going to love it. This is Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, and I will see you again